Have you ever imagined things so much better? Happy Thursday, Striver. It's Brandon Burchard, and I wonder about your imagination. Have you been thinking about how you can be better in the future? Have you been thinking about a better future for you or your family? Have you been thinking about how much stronger you could be? How much calmer life could be? How much more aligned you could be and congruent you could be? I really believe that so much of personal development comes down to our willingness to imagine a future better version of ourselves and grow into that, build into that without, and this is the important part, my friend, guilt, judgment, shame, or upset about where we are now. I believe personal development really relies on an awareness and acceptance right now, to this moment, who we are, to face who we truly are, and all of the joys and maybe the consequences of our lives here today. As we are right now in this moment, we are who we are. The bank account is the bank account. The kids are the kids. The spouse or partner is the spouse or partner. The job is the job. The day is the day. And all of the billions of years of history of the universe and the galaxy and the solar system and this earth and the generations and generations before you led to this very experience today. That you're at the tip of this moment right now. That everything brought you here to this weird moment where I'm in this dark room talking to you and you're listening. Maybe you're out on a walk or you're doing your workout, or you're just preparing your morning and you're listening to the Daily Fire. Thank you for being here. I do feel like it's serendipity that my voice is crossing your ears right now after some 38 billion, years in the universe here. I think it's pretty incredible. And if you're at the tip of the moment, the tip of time right now, in whether you call it destiny or evolution or God's will, but you're here now as you are. This is a tip, it's a moment, but you have free will to build the next moments. In fact, it's pretty incredible how much control you have over your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your next right actions. Sometimes we forget about that because we're caught up in the day, and sometimes we're caught up in our history, the days gone by, and we've stopped imagining this future that we can build. We've gotten in this idea of like, wow, well, the history is so long. There's so much that happened to me. There's so much I got to deal with in today. And we forget that over a period of time, just how much we've changed and just how much we can now change in the next evolution of ourselves, in the next version of ourselves, in our future days. And that's the stuff of personal development. There's always that part of accepting and allowing and loving ourselves as we are today. But there's also the honest truth. What do you have to improve? What could be better? What do you want in the future? See, I love to use my imagination to think about a few things. I like to think about and imagine a future that is even more calm for me and my family. Like, doesn't a calmer future sound good? A more centered future? It doesn't mean I don't expect crises and conflict and challenges out there in the world. I certainly know that will always be there. But the reason I'm doing personal development today is because it's an investment in a calmer future. Because as I do more personal development and I get to know myself, I gain that self-mastery, that emotional intelligence that allows me to be more calm in the future. Because I'm not asking the future to be different and circumstances all around the world to be different. I'm asking myself to handle it better. I imagine myself handling it better. And then I work it backwards to today and I go, okay, how? How can I train myself? Let me learn some meditation. Let me learn some emotional freedom. Let me learn how to manage my thoughts so that in the future, there's that calmer Brendan, and those ripple effects also go into my team, into my family, into my efforts. I like to think about an even more connected future version of me. deeper relationships with those who I really love, more authentic and real and awesome relationships full of love and vibrancy. And I can think about that without a single complaint about today. In fact, I think so much about personal development is allowing yourself to dream of a future without beating yourself up or being upset about today. In fact, actually recognizing the blessings that you already have. You can feel deeply connected to the blessings and the gratitude of this moment and your life and still desire of an even better future. And it doesn't mean that you should be disconnected from today in so much that you're always living 5 chapters ahead and you're not experiencing the day. I think it's very easy to be fully present, fully vibrant, fully appreciative and aware of this day, of this week, and still hope in 3 or 4 years, my relationships have even gotten better. Same thing with my health. I think I can become more capable and more strong in my physical fitness. Knowing I'm happy where I'm at today, I just think I can go further. And on the days I'm not happy with it, instead of beating myself up, I use my imagination. Right. I don't like where it's at. Imagine, what do I really want? Imagine, how do I want to feel? How do I want to move? How do I want to eat? How do I want to take care of myself? What levels of energy do I want to have? Imagination, my friends. You've got to keep imagining the future. I imagine making great contributions, more contributions than I've ever made, bigger contributions that have even more ripple effects that I can never even imagine or determine, even as I'm happy with what I'm doing today. Could you imagine yourself making an even greater difference without being bummed out about the difference you're making today or being disconnected from how much you really are? This is the real trick of personal development. In becoming who we truly can be, but also in the moments of today, as we live who we have become from the last years, we appreciate it. An appreciation and awareness to now, and acceptance to now, even if we want to improve it. And then the imagination, the clarity, the vision, the goals, the dreams, whatever you want to call it, where that sharp, shining, bright North Star is there for you to build into and enjoy the journey. This all sounds so basic until you realize how many days you get mad at yourself. You shut down. You feel burned out. You feel disconnected. And you didn't even think about tomorrow, the next week, the next chapter. And this is where I want to reveal the big secret of today's Daily Fire. This is the big takeaway. This lack of imagination into the future is often where you lack the enthusiasm to really engage today. See, everyone's always like, how do you have so much enthusiasm, Brendan? I'm like, well, it's not like it's always there. It's that I keep connecting to that exciting, that growing, that important future where I'm becoming my best self. And I realize today, job 1 is to feel the day and to live with an intention of awareness and joy and presence and consciousness and purpose today, and recognize that the actions that I'm putting in motion today is going to build a particular type of future Brendan, a particular type of future that I want or I don't want. And so I become more thoughtful about my actions today. I become more thoughtful about the mental patterns that are happening up in this brain over here. I become more conscious about the relationships I'm developing, not the relationship I just have. Because yes, you might have your relationship with your partner, your spouse, the kids, the team, but it's not about the ones you have. It's about those that you have. You are aware that you are building and deepening those relationships over time. That's how things get better. Well, just as we have relationships, well, we also have experiences today. And our internal experiences and our external experiences, we can be gratefully aware of them, really dialed in to what they are, but also wanting them to improve. And if I don't want anything to improve, if I have no connection to the future, then I shouldn't be shocked that I don't have the enthusiasm to work out today, the enthusiasm to get to work today. It's not like every moment and every second and every opportunity and every job and every task you have to have complete passion and vitality and excitement about it. It's not always that way. There's a lot of hard things we have to do in life where it feels really difficult, like a struggle, sometimes suffering. Sometimes it feels like all heck is broken loose and it's just chaotic. Sometimes it feels like there's no hope. Sometimes it feels like, gosh, I've been trying and trying and trying, Brendan. It's just not happening. And I understand that discouragement. I understand that how that feeling can rip us away from faith for a better future. But I also know the way out. Imagination, vision, dreaming, thinking, and then having that future vision that I want and working it all the way backwards to this moment today and asking, okay, if that's what I want, how can I be intentional today? How can I take some effort today? How can I endure today? How can I build today, even if it's that one small step? Because a lot of those small steps add up to something, a different future. Even if you just wrote that one sentence today, but you wrote a sentence every day, and sometimes it became a paragraph, sometimes a few pages. It's not that long in the future that you have a book. And life is like that. New chapters start with a new sentence. That this moment, if you could just imagine again, I want to make sure you're not here on this random Thursday thinking, yeah, this all sounds good, Brennan, but you haven't imagined your future. Could you be more alive, more connected? Could you pursue things that matter to you? Could you grow? Could you give yourself that permission to even dream bigger and bolder, not out of some hype or some random hope, but rather out of a reality that you can build. You can become even more extraordinary. You can be proud of yourself even more. You can feel a sense of connection and vitality to life. Yes, even more. You can deepen your spirituality, deepen your relationships with your friends. You can get stronger. I mean, these blank chapters in front of you, you'd be shocked how cleanly you can write those chapters when you decide to. How clearly you can determine who you're going to become. It actually always shocks people. They never believe it to be true until one day they just decided to get fit. Then they get fit. And then 5 weeks go by, and then 5 months go by, and then a year goes by, and then 2 years go by, and all their friends are like, wow, you got really fit. That was out of nowhere. And you're like, yeah, I just kind of decided. I just decided. I stuck at it. I kept going. I kept working out. I ate better, and yeah, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling a lot better. And sometimes in those 2 years on that journey, you quit. Sometimes on the 2 years on that journey, you didn't take it seriously. You had too many cheat days. You didn't care. But that intention was burning in your heart. You imagined a different future, and you kept orienting yourself to that different future. Imagination, imagination, imagination. Could you just imagine? Maybe today you could hop into your Growth Day journal here. Just go to the journal. Type in imagination and type a few ideas that just came out of your brain today listening to this Daily Fire. I might have cued something. I might have opened up a gate. Maybe something I said to you, you're just like, yeah, I'd like this. I see this. I want this. I have this goal. I have this dream. I have this vision. Maybe there's just one simple idea, or maybe it's a grand vision, but go to the journal, capture it. Yes, it's a Thursday, but every day is a great day to grow.